Hi guys. I hope you like the epic intro. Before I start, this is my first ever tutorial in English. So to my audience who speaks Spanish, I will put captions on the video. Now let's get into the tutorial. In this video I'm gonna show you how to make an epic future house rave song. First we are going to make the melody. Usually the future rave songs are on a minor key, so I chose the E minor. This is very important for the vibe of the song. Sometimes I like to start my melodies with the rhythm. This is a great way to get a nice groove and get better melodies. Once we have a nice rhythm, we can start to change the pitch of the notes. For this type of songs, it's very common to do jumps in the octaves and the notes close to it. I already make the melody, but you can get an idea of how to make one. This is how our melody sounds. And now we are ready for our next step. We are going to make chords for the melody. I started the progression with a C major 7th. For the second chord we have a weird one, a 9 sus 4. In the third one, we are making the E major. And the last one, it's a D6 9th, this chord is making a lot of tension. Now that we have a nice melodic bass, I think we are ready to make a full song. For the drums I used a punchy kick and a top kick. Some hi-hats. More hi-hats. A very sick tom. So far we got this. Then I added some claps. And for the second half we got more claps. And finally more loops. These are just to fill the drums and make it sound different. Now let's go with the bass. For the first one, I used 4 synth layers. These are just presets. The bass pattern is doing a similar rhythm to the melody, and I put some slides at the end of the bar. Then I added another layer. This one is a Rave bass, and it's adding a melodic element. As you can see, the slides notes are different, because it's doing more harmonic stuff. And it's also just a serum preset. The sub-bass is very simple, it's the same pattern as the bass. Again we are using a serum preset, but this time is just a simple sine wave. All our bass layers together sound like this, it's very big. To make the leads I also used layering. We have 6 synth layers for the sound. And again I'm using serum and synth presets. I EQ the individual sounds with a lookout, and send them to a bus. I added OTT and Camel Crusher in the bus, and also a flanger and one reverb for automation. Then I routed the bus channel to reverb and delay channel. In the first one we have a reverb and an EQ. And the second one a delay and an EQ. These are the automation that I created with the reverb and the flanger. I exported the individual bus channels to audio. We now have the dry lead sound, the reverb lead sound and the delay one. In the dry sound I put 2 EQ plugins. And on the bus, more EQ, distortion and saturation, compression, some stuff for automation, and of course, sidechain. For the reverb channel, I used the Fruity limiter to make a sidechain to the dry sound. Now when the dry sound hits our signal it's being compressed. And I also put an EQ. In the delay channel, I used again the sidechain trick. Then we have this reverse thing I made. It's very easy to make. Use a one shot of your synth and put reverb on it, then export it and make it reverse, and put more reverb. Now we have this very big synth lead sound. We also have some synths. I added a chord synth in the drop. It's 2 synth presets. Then we have an ARP, it's from Diva. And I did it following the chords. Also another pluck making the melody. It's 3 synth layers. And it's making the lead sound fuller. This stab right here, it's trying to emulate a brass sound. I used 4 layers. 1 from Diva, 2 Nexus layers, and another Serum preset. Then I mixed it with everything in the drop. I added some FX. FX. More FX. More FX. 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 A lot of FX. FX. More FX. FX. In the break we have more synths. The first one is a respace, and it's 2 Serum presets. One is doing the main sound, and the another one just a sub bass. We have the same ARP with a filter. And also the same pluck with a filter. A really cool pad doing the chords in Serum. And another pad with the chords but now in Synths. An Atmos ARP in the background. This is an ARP from Analog Labs, a really cool plugin. More FX. A lot of FX. More FX, 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 FX. In the build-up I added some snares. And a lead with less volume and a filter. Also a tiny pluck doing the melody, it's from Synths. And again, more FX. In the second break we have the stab. A really cool piano doing the chords. This one is from Labs. I really like this plugin because it has cool sounds and it's free. Then I added another ARP, but this time is from Analog Labs. An M doing an automation of this thing here and a filter. I love this ARP, sounds so cool. We also have the vocal on the break. I pitched up to match the song key. It sounds like a hipmunk, ha ha ha. I changed the format with a little Alter Boy plugin. Then I put auto-tune, some EQ, and reverb. I routed the vocal to a reverb channel and a delay channel. And I sent them to a bus with a Camel Crusher in it. The reverb trick again, but now with the vocal. This creates a really cool Atmos. And finally, some really cool strings, again it's from Labs. Well guys, that's all for today's video. Hope you like it and learn something new. Remember to subscribe and like the video, also leave a comment of something you liked. I will post the FLP for sale, and it will cost just $1. It's really cheap and you support the channel. Thanks for watching.